This is Dr. Dave-EcoLogic, reporting to you from a pretty little city called Any Place, Anywhere. This is a role play about a new Pfas factory that is being proposed at City Hall. The meeting is about to begin. Let's go in.
I call this meeting to order. Clerk, what's on the docket?
Just one thing, sir. We have a proposal to establish a Pfas factory in our fair city, being brought to us by the CEO of Pfas or Us. I didn't catch your name, sir.
Bond. Florian Bond. State your business, sir.
I'm proposing to build a Pfas factory in your fair city. It will bring you 30 jobs with associated tax revenues and votes.
Jobs, taxes, and votes. Clerk, record this for the check mark for each group of 10 jobs.
Already done, sir.
Excellent. Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Bond?
Trey Hugger here. Pfas companies have been in trouble in the past for spreading hazardous Pfas chemicals and then covering up the information until the situation became dire. If things go sideways and Pfas chemicals are unleashed on our fair city, we may lose those 30 jobs that were just created, plus the jobs and health and lives of everybody close to the factory, plus the jobs of people involved in our booming touristry industry, plus the tourist revenue that normally comes to us because people consider our fair city to be a healthy place to visit.
Tally that up, clerk. How does it all add up if things go sideways?
Disastrously, sir. But it won't go sideways. My company will use the latest Pfas chemicals that have a clean slate. And my company won't be making any pollution.
Dr. No here.
I beg to differ with you, sir. The new Pfas chemicals may be just as dangerous as the old ones, maybe more so. They simply haven't been tested yet. As for pollution, Pfas powder will be arriving in the area by truck. If one of those trucks crashes, forever chemicals will be blowing in the wind like dust. The factory itself will produce toxic fumes and dust. Any water coming from the factory will have to be specially treated. Did you know that? And any waste or products will eventually break down to release forever chemicals. First of all, about the crashing of trucks, we're not in the trucking business. Transportation problems, including crashing, are unlikely, and cleanup falls to the Department of Highways or whatever authorities you have around here. As for pollution, we will be following all regulations required of us. We plan to be model citizens in your community, and we will do anything to make ourselves welcome here. So you won't mind doing an environmental assessment to show your goodwill and to reassure our citizens? Well, anything but that. Those kind of studies take time and money. A private company of our size is not obliged to by any law. Speak to your government about that. The time would be nothing compared to dealing with forever chemicals. The cost would be nothing compared with cleaning up a disaster zone. Speak to your government about that. Where will this factory be located? It will be located at 123 Drinking Water Lake Road. Now that's a terrible idea. Almost all court cases and out-of-court settlements involving Pfas chemicals have been about drinking water pollution. It only takes parts per trillion of those chemicals in drinking water to cause serious health problems. I'm talking about organ problems, cancers, birth defects, fertility issues, immunity disorders. The list goes on. And those chemicals could get from your factory to our drinking water in many ways. Is your company prepared to supply all citizens of our city with safe drinking water if things go wrong? We're not in the drinking water business. If anything goes wrong, your appropriate department or ministry of whatever will step in and clean things up. So I'm hearing you say that you take the profits and you pass off your mistakes and liabilities to society. No, you're hearing me say that we yield great profits to our company and our shareholders, and we provide society with products that they want. We certainly don't admit to any faults or liabilities. Company policy. Well, your industry uses chemicals that are known to cause extremely serious harms at very low concentrations, and your industry has been aware of this for more than 60 years and actively covered it up. Well, I can't really discuss this. We may have litigation in process. Let me just say that we have stopped using the Pfas chemicals that caused problems in the past. We feel that we have a clean slate by using only the newest Pfas chemicals that have no marks against them. Okay, but we don't know that the latest Pfas chemicals will be any safer than the old ones. You're using them for the same purposes, so they probably have the same properties. It will take time to learn about those chemicals, time for them to accumulate in the environment and in our bodies, time for diseases and problems to manifest themselves, time for research to be done, and time for regulations to be developed. Well, as of this moment, those chemicals have a clean slate, and I can offer this city immediate jobs, taxes, and votes. By the time anything goes wrong, I'll be far from here, living on my fat pension and my company shares. And my term in office will be safely over. I'll accept the company's offer on the grounds that immediate benefits will come to the city and no harms have been done here. Yet, well, folks, this is just a fictional role play, but many of the arguments presented here are said and or thought at such meetings. Of course, there are various points of view on any topic, but serious harms are at stake here when dealing with PFAS chemicals that are toxic and may last for 1,000 years. Also, PFAS companies have earned our skepticism by deceiving us for the past 60 years about the dangers associated with their products and processes. To find out more about these harms and scandals, see my video Escape the Frying Pan and check out the material I've added below this video. If you're interested in environmental science, I have a highly rated course at Udemy called Everyone's World: What You Need to Know About Your Environment. The link is in the description below. See you next video.